Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome to another episode of the Sis Stop Sulkin podcast. I am your host, Miss Tasha Talks to Life. I help modern moms prioritize their health and self-care, like losing weight, increasing energy, and eating better foods so that they may look and feel amazing alongside raising a family. If you are new here, welcome and thank you for tuning in. If you are one of my regular sisters, hey, happy to have you. So, how are you? How's everything going so far coming into the new year? For me, I feel like things are aligning, things are happening, and I'm ready for it. Like, I was talking to God I talk to him every day, but I was talking to him yesterday and I told him, like, you can trust me. Like, you can trust me with abundance. I'm going to take action and you can trust me. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm sorry. I talked to him like he's really my father. Like I talk to him the same way I would talk to my dad. So today I kind of wanted to talk about back up. This podcast is all things women, right? This is a safe space for women to tune in to hear about everyday life, more so, ways to elevate your mindset, ways to prioritize your self-care, prioritize your health, learning things about your body, setting goals. It's ultimate like mindset and wellness, and also just the things that we deal with as moms and wives and friends and daughters and sisters and bosses and employers, employees. So if there's something specific that you want to talk about, or that if there's someone that that would be a good guest, if there is a product or service that you offer and you want me to share it with my community, um DM me on Instagram. You can message me on social media on Facebook. You can email me at coach@tashatalkslife.com. I'm always open to hearing about it. I'm always open to collaborating. I'm always open to do anything that's going to support the sisters. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of cover that because when I first started this podcast, I was talking more so about just mindset and wellness. I mean, excuse me, I was talking about mindset and self-care. And then in the midst of my journey and how I was evolving and tapping into my self-care, I started documenting my health journey and what I was doing, and how I was pouring back into myself and how I was working out and eating and meal planning and all those things. And so other women started asking me to help them. And so I'm like, well, maybe this is something um that is needed. I need to listen to my audience, and I need to listen to the people that are literally tuning into me. And so I started, now I made like a little small pivot. I still talk about mindset, I still talk about self-care, but now I'm diving into the wellness, right? And I'm going to do I think my next episode is going to be health coach versus a wellness coach. And just dive a little deeper in what that means. But I identify as a mindset and wellness coach because wellness is the complete body, the mind, the body, the spirit. It's emotional, physical, mental, spiritual. So it's encompasses all of that. And a health coach usually focuses on a specific area like fitness or weight loss and things like that. So I am a wellness coach, a mindset and wellness coach, because I believe that nothing can happen without first the mindset, whether that's positive or negative, because what you think and what you speak, you bring into your life. So yeah, so in my own journey, I started to tap into my own health and wellness, and then started helping other women do it. Right now I have a group of women going through my Better Health Mom project. We are actually in our 7th week this week. It is an 8-week program. I'm actually thinking about making it 12 weeks because it's just so much that I want to cover, and it's just so much that I think is important. So stay tuned for that, because you could actually find out more about it on betterhealthmoms.com. But it's just it's a beautiful thing, and we're getting results. And I'm not trying to be like whatever, but my girls are working their butts off, and they're not feeling overwhelmed. They're not feeling stressed out. I'm doing my thing because I'm the leader. I need to show improve, and I lost 4 pounds in 2 weeks because I turned up the dial a little bit more and decided, like, yo, this is what needs to happen. And yeah, so I'm super excited for them. I'm super excited for myself because I'm starting to see the fruits of my hard work. I'm reading this book called The 12-Week Year, and in this book is pretty much talking about how to treat your yearly goals, your yearly things that you want to accomplish, like put it in 12 weeks. So you're going to write down the goal, then you're going to write down the action steps that's required to achieve them, put an end date of 12 weeks, and that's going to drive you. So the goal is pretty much that you will achieve your whatever your goals are set with intention and with this strategy in 12 weeks. And the book is amazing. I'm listening to the audiobook. I'm actually going to buy the physical book because I need to go back and highlight and, look back at some things. But that's also part of what I'm teaching my girls. That's why I said I think I'm going to put the program to 12 weeks. There is an investment. It does cost money. And I just know, like, from what the results and the testimonials that I'm getting right now, that this is something that is needed. And I think that, these women are rocking it. And I'm super excited for it. And it's almost over. And that's making me a little bit sad, but I will be opening up the guest list, wait list, whatever you want to call it, for the next cohort, which is another 12 weeks. And yeah, and it's all community, and we have a community on Facebook. We have a community off of Facebook where, we can check in with each other, hold each other accountable. We can share our meals, recipes, exercises, apps that we're using. Like, it's just this whole vibe, and I'm just super duper 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 excited about it. So yeah, so that's pretty much how I made this adjustment. So when I started the podcast, I wanted to just do all lifestyle stuff, like the things that we really struggle with on a day-to-day as a mom. And then as I was mapping it all out, it came back to prioritizing ourselves. I don't know, unless you really tap into it and you really are intentional about it, moms are the first ones to put everybody and everything before themselves. And then they're feeling depleted, they're feeling tired, and they don't know, how to take care of themselves or what that even looks like. And if they even get a chance to, now they're too tired to do anything worth doing. And I'm so passionate about it because I realized that I was once so lacking in my own happiness and worrying about making sure my kids were good. They were, they had everything they needed, making sure my husband was good, my home was clean, all of these things. And I was literally like crumbling inside. Like I couldn't figure out how to get my groove back, and how to, or even I couldn't remember what that was. Like, my family grew from 3 to 5 in less than 2 years. Like, it was like, whoa. And we moved in that time. We moved twice in 10 months, like a whole house to a whole nother house twice in 10 months. So at that time, I was just like, this can't be my life. Right. I love my family. I love being a mom. I love being a wife. But I'm so much more than that. I'm so much more than that. It really made me dig deeper. And so at that time, this was back in 2017 when my last child was born 2016, but in 2017 is when I was like, okay, wait, what's going on? What can I do? And so I started tapping into my personal development. I started, doing things that genuinely brought me joy. I just started to like find myself, right? And it was more just I was listening to, not podcasts at the time. I was listening to YouTube videos, Sarah Jakes, Mel Robbins, Les Brown, Wayne Dyer, and those type of people. And then fast forward a couple of years, I was still trying to find my way. Fast forward 2020, COVID hits, and the world is shut down, and now I'm home with my kids. And I was like, I'm gonna be honest, and I know they said that like a lot of divorces, a lot of domestic violence, a lot of like child abuse things was happening when we were all home with our families and things like that. But I loved it. I loved being home. Like, I was able to really look into myself and find out, what do I enjoy doing? Who am I outside of being a mom, outside of being a wife? What are the things that I can do? And I started cooking more. Like, I was joking with a girlfriend the other day, and I was saying, like, my mom cooked, right? My mom used to make hot breakfasts. We used to have sandwiches or whatever for dinner, for lunch, and then hot dinner, like, 3-course meals. Then I moved with my grandmother, and my grandmother wasn't really like a cook. She would do like, pot pies, noodles and chicken, box mac and cheese. Like, we really didn't eat, like, it wasn't like home cooked food, like southern food or whatever. But so with that, I grew up not really feeling like, or knowing that I'm like, I'm not a cook. Like, if we had a family function or something, I'll bring cornbread, biscuits, or the paper goods, right? And I always like was like the auntie or the sister that didn't cook. When in actuality, when COVID hit and I really was like home and looking to do something, I enjoyed cooking, and I started finding recipes, and I started making things that I would never make. And then this like chef just appeared, and I was posting my food, and everybody's like, "Oh, you should start a cooking channel." And I didn't want to do all of that, but I unlocked something in me that was there that I suppressed because I wasn't exposed to it, because I was just like being or surrendering to something that I wasn't. Like, oh, I don't cook. Like, almost like the same thing I said about flowers. I remember always saying, I'm not a flower girl. I don't like flowers, this and a third. When I really started to really dive in deep, the reason why I said I don't like flowers, because I never really got flowers. Nobody bought me flowers. I was dating guys and nobody was buying me flowers. But then I realized, like, recently, my husband, when we first started dating, he would buy me flowers all the time. And I would say to him, oh, thank you. I don't really know flowers, and he's like, whatever. And so I recently bought myself flowers, and I said, I absolutely love flowers, because in that moment, the way I felt was like, yeah, I love flowers. And so I say all of that to say, during COVID, I was able to identify the things that I like, identify the things that I enjoy doing, identifying who I was really truly inside, and not what people was telling me, and not what my experiences or my background was. And I wrote a book, and I always had the book inside of me, but I just never wrote it because I was putting so much stuff before myself. And so I started doing that. Then I had a major surgery in 2020 as well. And my dad also had a major surgery in 2020, literally weeks before the world shut down. And that was such a hard time for the family, because he is the matriarch. He is and so my brother, my sister, who were not in state, flew in, and we all were together. Praying and crying and, worshiping and just trusting God in the process. That was such a hard time for us. And he was healthy. It wasn't like, it was something that we didn't foresee, because he's the person that go to the gym and he works out, but he had to have open heart surgery. And that was hard for us. And thank God, 3 years later, literally, yeah, 3 years just passed. He's back in the gym doing his 3 miles, whatever. But that was a hard time. And then I turned around in August of 2020 and had a surgery that was supposed to be outpatient, and ended up having a massive surgery, 2 surgeries, actually. I'll get into that another time. But it changed my whole perspective on my health. And I'm ultimately a healthy woman and always have been. And I'm grateful for that. But that shook me because I'm like, oh my God, like I had no clue. Right. And so, between my father and myself in 2020, having these major surgeries, COVID, being in the midst of a shutdown, I said to myself that this will be my last first time, right? We always say we're going to get in health, we're going to start working out, we're going to diet, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I said, this will be my last first time. So I hired a trainer. I started eating better. I started, working out. I found myself a community of women that were doing the same things and started documenting the process. And then that's when other women started asking me. And that's why we are here now. I am literally almost done with my health and wellness certification. So I'm certified life coach already, but now I am a very soon to be certified health and wellness coach as well. And so I'm just grateful for the journey. I'm just grateful to be able to show other women what's possible and actually give them actionable steps. And I believe that with your mindset, self-discipline, and the proper education and strategies and tools for health and wellness, you can have success. Your mindset is realizing that and believing that is possible for you, that you can do whatever you want to do if you change the story that you're telling yourself. Change the things that you're saying in your mind about yourself. I can't lose weight. Everybody in my family is heavy. I don't have time. Disease runs in my family. High blood pressure runs in my family. It may, but it's because of the things that they put in their body or the things that they don't do. This not, in my opinion, and I've been looking it up, but it's not necessarily hereditary, meaning just because your family, I am 42 years old and I don't have high blood pressure, cholesterol problems, diabetes, what's the other thing? High blood sugar, whatever. Like I don't have any of that. And my family, my grandfather passed away from diabetes. My grandmother has blood pressure issues, and I don't have that, right? But it's hereditary. It's about how you take care of your body. So with the mindset, that the belief, and changing the story about your life, doing the action, which is the self-discipline, which is realizing that I need to give up instant gratification for a greater reward, right? I need to schedule time to move my body every 3 times a week. I need to get to bed at a reasonable hour. I need to drink plenty of water, like being disciplined. And there's so many apps. I mean, I can give you apps, and I don't buy apps. So I can give you free apps that has helped me along my journey. But there are so many ways that you can activate the self-discipline to truly achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So it's mindset, self-discipline, and now the strategies, the tools, the education, right? And that's what my program, Better Health Mom Project, does, is it provides you with the tools, the strategies that you need. Like we talk about nutrition, we talk about hormones, we talk about exercising, we talk about foods, the proper foods to eat. We talk about self-care, self-discipline, mindset, goals, assessing yourself, reflection. Oh no, sorry about that. We talk about it all. And so I just want to let you know that you need those. That's my framework. You need those 3 parts so that you can achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And so I hope that helps you. I am super duper excited for the journey ahead. I am super duper excited for 2023 because this is the year of action. Action equals abundance in 2023. It's time to go after the things that you want, Go after the life that you want to live. There's so much more to you than just being a mom and a wife and a friend and a daughter. It's so much more to you, and it's time to unlock it, unleash it, go for it, right? So I hope that helps you. I want you to know that, you know, there's so much power in the way we speak of ourselves. So throughout the day, if you find yourself saying something negative about yourself or about someone else, try to shift your thoughts. Try to shift your words and change it. It's okay to change it right in the moment. Because the thing is, the mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. So if you're saying I am fat or I am, broke, those things, that is what the body, that's what you are attracting in your life, right? And so that's why I'm big on mindset declarations, affirmations, whatever you want to call it. I call them mindset declarations because I am a mindset coach and I believe mindset is just a powerful thing. But affirmations is the same thing. It's speaking life over yourself. Yeah. So change your story. Start to speak more positive over yourself. Increase your self-discipline. It's not a big, you don't have to start so big and so drastic. Just increase the self-discipline. Join a community of like-minded women. Doesn't have to necessarily be the Better Health Moms, but we will love you. We will embrace you. We will, show you the way and help you. But just it's important to have community when you are doing something new, when you are doing something challenging, and when you are determined to achieve it, because it's accountability, it's sisterhood, it's just a lot with it. So again, check out betterhealthmom.com for some more information about the Better Health Mom Project. You can also DM me, or you can book a Better Health chat with me, which is where we will go over your roadblocks, the things that are stopping you from your goals. We will identify your dreams, goals, and some actionable steps to achieve them, and then jumpstart the journey. How can we get you a quick win? How can we get you started in realizing that you can do anything? So you can find that link also on my in the show notes as well. And I love you. I want you to have the most amazing week ever. Be intentional. Set your intentions the night before. If you have to write it down in your journal, that's what I do. I intend on this, or my intentions for today are, and really set the attention and be very specific on what you desire to achieve in that day. And it could be one thing, it could be three things, it doesn't even matter. So I love you. I want you to have an amazing week. If you enjoyed this episode or any episodes prior to this one, please scroll all the way down and leave us a 5-star review. You can also leave a comment and share it with at least one friend. So again, I love you and I want to thank you, and I want you to have an amazing week. And remember that your past does not dictate your future.